Let's look at percent decrease. Percent decrease. So, meaning percent, like what it goes down. So let's look at this one. If you have 200, you have a box of 200, right? And if you subtract 100 from that box, you have 100 left over. Well, did you decrease the entire 200? No. What did you decrease? You decreased by 100, right? So what percentage decrease did that happen? Well, was it half? We know it's not 100%. If this was decreased by 100%, that means you would have taken all of it. 100% represents a whole, the whole thing, okay? So think of 100% representing the whole thing. But we didn't decrease the whole thing. We only took 100 of it. Well, 100 represents what? Well, 200 is 100 plus 100. So it's just one of the 100s that you took out of the 200. So you decreased by 100. You decreased by what? 50%. Now, how did I know that was 50%? Well, 100 is half of 200. Would you agree? So basically what you said was, you said, okay, 200, when I divide by 2, that's 100, right? Or another way to write it is 200 times 1/2. That's still 100. So what you did was you decreased the 200 by 50%. Let's look at this one. What if, again, we started with the box of 200 and then we subtracted 200? You're left with 0. So did you decrease by the entire 200? Yeah. You decreased by, did I spell that right? Yeah, 200. So yes, the whole thing. So if you took the whole thing, remember a whole thing, that's 100%, right? So you decreased this 200 by 100%. Why? Because you took the whole thing. You see that? If you take 200, if I say 200 divided by 200, I don't want y'all to be like, what? If I take 200 and I say 200 divided by, if I say 1, that's 200, right? That's all I'm trying to say. You took the whole thing. You didn't take 50, you didn't take like 100 of it. You didn't take half, right? You didn't take half. You took the whole thing. So that's why I'm saying if you divide it by 1, it's the whole thing. So this decreased by 100%. Now somebody would look and say, oh, I decreased it by 200%. No, you didn't double it. You took the whole thing. If 200 is what you started with, that represents the whole thing. And if you subtract 200, you subtracted the whole thing. So you decreased by 100%. Look at this one. On this one, we have 200. And let's say we take 50 of the boxes away. You have 150 left over. Did you decrease by the entire 200? No. How much of the 200 did you take? You only took 50 of it. Is that a 50% decrease? No, because we said if it's a 50% decrease, that means you had to have taken half of the 200. 100% decrease means you took the whole 200. Here you only took 150, right, of the 200. Well, you're like, well, how much of a decrease did I make then? Let me show you something. And this is without a calculator. 200, how many times can I take 50s and get 200? Well, that's 50 plus another 50 is 100 plus another 50 is 150 plus another 50 is 200. 4 50s gives me 200. You concur? Cool. Let me show you this. If you have 4 quarters, 4 quarters equals $1, right? Yeah. A quarter is worth 25 cents and $1 is just a whole dollar. Well, think of this as 100% and think of this as 25%. Okay? Think of this. Let me not put an equal because I want you. Okay. let me do, I'll say 4 times. Because you're like, I have this equal right here. I didn't want y'all to think 25 cents was equal to $1. So essentially 4 quarters equals $1. So this is 100%, and this would be like 25%. So that means that each 50 that you see here, this is a quarter. This is 1/4 of 200. This is 1/4 of 200. This is 1/4 of 200. This is also 1/4 of 200. Another way to say 1/4 is a quarter. This is a quarter of 200. That's a quarter of 200. That's a quarter of 200. And that's a quarter of 200. So 50 represents 1/4 of 200. So that means this is 25, this is 25, this is 25, this is 25. If 4 quarters equals $1, or if you want to say 4 times 0.25 equals a whole, then what does that tell you? That tells you that we decreased this 200 by 25%. Why? Because 50 is 1/4 of 200. It represents 1/4, if you want to say 1/4, let me show you again. 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. If I add all these up, that gives me 4 out of 4, which represents a whole. Or if you want to say 1. When you're talking about fractions, they should add up to 1. If 4 quarters is equal to $1, that and a quarter is 0.25. So if I take 4 of 0.25, if I take 4 times 0.25, I get 1. That means 4 times, if I want to say 25%, that's going to give you 100%. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? So 4 of them, if I add up 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%, 4 times, you're going to end up with 100. So that's why I'm saying, how much did we decrease this by? We decreased it by 25%. Why? Because we only took one of the 50s out of it. If I took 100 out of it, 25 plus 25, that would equal 50%. If I took 3 of them, right? If I took 3 of them, that would be 75. But if I take 4 of them, that would be your dollar. You see that? So this decreased by 25%. Okay? With me so far? I hope you are. Okay, so let's look at this one. We have 600 minus, let's say we take 500 away from it. We're left with 100 left over. Did we decrease, was this decreased? I'm going to say decreased by 600%? No. No. Because if it was decreased by 600%, this would have to be more, right? So how big of a decrease was this? Was it a decrease of 100%? No, because this represents the whole thing. 600 is the whole thing. I only took 500 of it. So I didn't decrease by, let me write that, decreased by 100%. No, because I didn't take all the 600 back. I took just the 500. I took just 500. So again, I'm going to do exactly what I did up here with this, just so you can see it. So how many 50s or how many 500s? What do I want to call it? Don't want to say 500s. Yeah. Let's do it this way. This will be easier. That's 100, right? Plus 100, plus 100, plus 100, plus 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 100. Do you agree that 6 100s gives you 600? Yep. That's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. There's 6 of these. 6 100s make up a full 600. So that means each of these represents 1 out of 6. When you're talking about fractions, fractions represent part of a whole. If this is the whole, each of these, if I add all of them together, give me the whole. Do you concur? Now, I'm saying that I took, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put, this is 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6. If I took only, here I took 500. If I took only 100 out of this 600, that means I would have decreased by 1/6 of the 600. And I know people don't like fractions, but stay with me. I took 500, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you're like, Dr. B, why you do that one? You just doing the top one. Okay, let me do the whole thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I took 500 away, right? So I took 500 away. You see that? So if I add these up, that's 1, 6, that's 2, 6, that's 3, 6, that's 4, 6, that's 5, 6. 1, 6 plus 1, 6 plus 1, 6 plus 1, 6 plus 1, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5, 6 because you add the numerators and you keep the denominators the same. I took 5, 6. Put that in your calculator. 5, 6 is the same thing as 0.833, or if I multiply by 100, 83%. So I took 500 away. This is equivalent to 5, 6, which is 0.833, or 83. I was going to say 8.3. Move the decimal twice. Or 83%. So this is an 83%. This was decreased by 83%. Yes. So I think people get confused when they see the numbers and they're like, oh, I took a big chunk, so it's a big percentage. No, think of the whole. When you're talking about your percents and fractions are like cousins. Percents look like this. The fraction looks like that, but as you can see, they represent the same thing. They just look different. So don't assume that because this was a big number that, oh, that's a 600% decrease. No, it's not. That doesn't even make sense. Look at the question. I took 500 from the 600. If the 600 is all I have to take from, that represents my 100%. So if I only took 500, I didn't take everything. That's why this is no. That's why that's no. But how much? I took a percentage of it. How many? I took 500 from it. And if each 100 represents a 6, right? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each 100 is one part of that 6. And I took 5 of them. That's 5, 6, 0.833. If you multiply that by 100, you get 83%. So this is a 83% decrease. Okay, so be very careful when people start spitting out numbers. Look at it. This is the whole. This is a part of the whole. I didn't take the whole thing. Let me show you the formula. I always do it by hand like that first because I don't want students trying to focus on the formula. So you take your new value. You take your new value. Okay. Minus the old value. Okay. And then you divide everything by the old value. And the last thing you do is multiply by 100. So let me show you the formula on this last one. So on this last one here, what was my new value? My new value was 100. You're like, Dr. B, where'd that come from? Right here. This was my new value. This was what I started with. This is what I ended with. Okay. So I took 100. 100. Don't trip. The formula works the same whether it's positive or negative. This is my old value. And you want the minus because you want to see it was a percent decrease. I'm going to divide it by the old value, right? And then we're going to multiply by 100. Okay. This was my old value, my original value. This is my new value. and we want to know what percent decrease was that. So 100 minus 600, hey, no shame in your game, use your calculator. This gives you minus 500 divided by 600, and we still have to multiply by 100, right? So minus 500 divided by 600, that's going to give us a minus 5 over 6, which we saw up here that when you put this in your calculator is that 0.833. Okay, so times 100. So this is going to be a negative 0.8, and it's got a bunch of threes. I'll just write a couple, times 100. And so when you multiply that by 100, you get negative 83.33%. And you're like, Dr. Anderson or Dr. B, it's negative. Yep, because this is a decrease percentage. When you're looking at percentage increase, it's going to be positive. When you're looking at a percentage decrease, it's going to be negative. And it makes sense because you want to say, well, how much did it decrease? So it should go down. Cool beans? All right. Let me know where you have questions.